Jamie Williams was born with a need for speed.
When I was a little kid, it was always get on your motorcycle, man, and just hold it wide open. And you could never find someplace big enough to do that yet. So out here, it's the perfect scenario.
Here is Cook's Shootout at the Bonneville Salt Flats, an 11-mile stretch of salt track where world speed records are smashed. Everything from streamlined cars to superbikes come here and pin it to win it.
I have a couple world records on sit-on bikes. I just want to change it up a little. I have a part-time home up in Lake Tahoe where one of my friends has snowmobiles. So I thought I'd show them really how fast a snowmobile should go.
That's right, a snowmobile racing on salt. It doesn't faze crew chief Bob Clark.
The second time this was ever on the ground under its own power, he went out and nailed a 190 mile an hour pass. That showed us he's going to go for it.
The world record for any snowmobile out there is 204 miles an hour. So I guess our record is anything 205 and above.
That's 330 kilometers an hour. To do it, they're using a 1300cc turbocharged engine.
This is real high tech. No roll cage, no seatbelt. It's auto shift, so you just let out the clutch and go. It shifts at predetermined set points, RPM, does everything automatic. There's no skis. These are special aluminum wheels. They got ceramic bearings in them. You spin them and they just go forever. So everything, pretty much the best of the best. There's not a lot of steering, 15 degrees each way, but that's enough to do what we need to do out here. And that's a safety thing, so you don't get the tank slapper where your bars are going back and forth. We got a chain running in here that drives the belt, comes off the motor. In the past, it's gotten hot because it's in closed case, so it doesn't get any air. And so we've incorporated a water injection system, so we're spraying water up and down on it to keep it cool. So far, it seems like it's been working, but that's the one thing we're going to keep an eye on.
Actually, a company out of Canada did all the testing on the belt and pulled it up to 250 miles an hour because anybody can put a motor in something. But if you don't have the tires or the belt or something that's going to keep you safe, then it's crazy to run it.
They put the sled together and drive further down the track. With its high acceleration, they only need a half mile to reach top speed. But there are no guarantees when it comes to Bonneville.
Could be the wind, could be just the spots in the track. I mean, you travel a mile, some of the salt might be lighter, some might be heavier. The ruts from other vehicles running on it, and your wheels tracking those ruts. So it's a handful. A record to me is an accomplishment for myself, but also for all my guys that put a lot of hard work into it too. But they prefer to do that type of work instead of being the monkey on the machine. I like being the monkey. It's a win-win for everybody.
And this monkey's ride has ice in its veins.
We're icing up the intercooler tank to circulate and close the air charge, for the turbo. For the intake, for the turbo. Yeah.
Cooler air means more horsepower, and Jamie's going to need it all to beat the record.
The stance on a motorcycle, you have a wheel in the front and a wheel in the back. You get moved around by the wind, conditions. On the sled, there's wheels on both sides. So it can wander around, and then you have, instead of a tire on the back, a 12-inch track that it moves around different. So it's a whole different ride. It was a little slippery out there. We were getting about 10% belt slippery. We went about 172 miles an hour. It was not going real straight. You had to work out of it. It had a mind of its own, so it was going, it wasn't real straight.
The next run, there's a small fire.
I didn't even know there was a fire out there quick, until I got to the end of the run and saw the flame. Basically got lucky today. The fire went out.
Then there's a problem with the engine.
That ain't good. It's not running right.
Thankfully, they got a motor.
Let's do whatever we gotta do.
Finally, they hit their stride and clocked 315 kilometers an hour. 196 miles an hour.
We're kind of dialing it in what we need to do to go over 200 miles an hour.
They need 2 clean runs to record a time,
but on the return, they break the chain. Stays together for the next run of 310 kilometers an hour, but finally gives way under the pressure. Not surprisingly, breaking the world record isn't easy.
You know, I'd like to say I wanted to come out here yesterday and blow 2 runs off and kick it back. It's not that easy. It's pretty hard. I mean, there's a lot of fast people out there. To do 2 consecutive runs and have them see at the speeds that you need to go, it's tough. And you don't realize that until you have to go through it.
luckily, there's always next year.